There's a large bottle of beer on this table.
There is, and it contains something that makes me very happy every year.
Okay, it's not a bottle, it's a growler. Someone just said, "Hey, dude, that's not a bottle, it's called a growler." Okay, you're right.
It'd be in the comments.
Okay.
That's where it would be.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's a growler.
Yeah.
And it contains something that makes me very excited. It's one of your favorites.
That makes one of us.
It makes me very happy to know that it is pumpkin time once again at aboutbeverages.com. We've got, I honestly can't believe the number I'm about to say.
I know.
Every year we think, we kind of had trouble finding a few this year. I really kind of pushed the envelope trying to bring anything to the table for this, literally. And this year we have found six brand new pumpkin beers. Have never had these, all completely new, and we're going to break it up into two different shows. We're still going to try and keep them fairly tight. We don't want to, there's only so much spice talk you can have.
That's right.
Whether it's scary or posh or sporty or whatever.
That's right.
There's only so much. So we are going to start this week. We're going to do 4, right?
Yeah.
We're going to do 4 this week.
Yep.
And then 2 next week, and then there'll be a little discussion on who the victor is.
Who the winner is, yep.
Okay. Now, the real question is, are we bringing back the returning champions? Because we've had a couple that seem to keep winning.
Well, one of them that's kept winning, and one of them's just been one of them came in second place, I think. It came in second.
It came in first
and then second.
For a year or two until we found the other one.
Yeah.
And the other one has won for several years.
Yes. Yep. So they're not coming back, though.
They're not.
No.
They're not. Those 2 beers, which we talked about off screen.
Yes.
This is a great idea. We're actually going to retire them.
They're retired, just like a jersey number would be retired. And for your favorite sports team, we are retiring the 2 beers that have consistently been at the top of our list.
And those 2 beers are the Smashed Pumpkin.
Yes.
From Shipyard Brewing.
Right.
And also the Punkin from Dogfish. Those are still 2 of our favorites. We highly recommend those if you are in the mood for a pumpkin beer. Those are still some of the best, but we wanted to find something new. We wanted to make it a little tougher on ourselves, not just keep going back to, I like that one the best.
Right.
All right. So with all of that information aside, we're going to get right into some pumpkin beers for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andy.
And I'm Keith, and we are aboutbeverages.com. And the beverages we are about today are all pumpkin related. In fact, they all contain pumpkin. We did look through that.
Yes.
And while we do have 6, which is a large number for us, that is only the tip of the pumpkin iceberg, the orange-colored iceberg that would be the pumpkin beer iceberg, because there are so many out there that can be found, that can be had, lots of reviews, lots of stories. It's a thing, it's a this, it's a that. So, and it has been for a while, and it has been here at About Beverages for a while as well. But yes, we've got 6 new to us pumpkin beers, and they all contain pumpkin in one way or another. And the one we are starting with today, we're going to do 4 today, as we said. The one we're going to start with is from Saranac. They utilized over 3,000 pounds of actual pumpkin, and the spice blend ratio is the same spice blend ratio of the pumpkin pie that the brewmaster's wife makes. Oh. So that's where this flavor profile comes from. It's 5.1% alcohol. I think it was like 15 IBUs. And we'll get to it. Saranac is not a stranger to our podcasts. We have done a couple in the past.
Based on the other ones, we kind of wish they were.
Well, yes. It was a while back. But so anyways, here we are. And I got this at Trader Joe's where I work. We were carrying this growler, at least for the seasonally for right now. I've never seen actually, it's been a while. We used to carry that Mississippi Mud growler.
Yes.
At Trader Joe's. Yeah. We don't carry that anymore, at least in this region. But so anyway, so this is a new thing for us.
What does this run?
It was $4.99 for 32 ounces.
32 ounces?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Wow, that is clear as the day is long.
That is clear and kind of bourbony almost.
Actually,
or scotchy or something.
Yeah,
that
bourbon,
makes me,
ginger, like a dark ginger ale maybe.
Especially
like
in that glass, it makes me think of that. So, yeah. Spices.
Yeah, nice spices and a little sweet. I almost do get a little gingery something in there. There's a little extra spice in there besides your usual nutmeg, clove.
Yeah, there's a little heat that almost burns the nostrils.
It singes the nostrils.
Singes the
That's true. Yeah, just a little bit.
There's a little sour No, I'm going to say sour. It's not bitter. It's a sour note on the back of my tongue, and not like a sour beer sour, but it's like maybe a squash sour or some sort of because I'm not really tasting pumpkin in there, so maybe that's
getting a lot of the spices either.
Get a little bit. It's funny.
I get a little bit of the heat in there.
After that all goes away, then it tastes like beer.
It just it reminds me of one of your favorites, Ballpark. It has this like you said, that sour, little thinner, lighter. Like, I mean, it's pleasant. Like I said, I got way more in the aroma. So in the aroma, I was actually kind of like, oh, okay, this is kind of interesting. Yeah. But it's just a smooth, just mellow flavor profile overall. Nothing jumps out like ooh, like when we've talked about other ones. So I can taste this or taste like it's just kind of it's good. It's not. I don't find any faults.
No,
as we say when we were at the cupping table.
Right.
We're looking at coffee, but like I said, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we chose the right one to start with.
I think you're right, considering all the others.
Hopefully, like you, as good as flavors can build, we can build from here.
Excellent. This is a good foundation.
All right. Let's go get beer number 2. All right. We are back. We have got beer number 2 in our six pack. Hey, I didn't even think of that.
It is.
Like, literally, as I went to say
it's a pumpkin pie 6-pack.
It's a pumpkin pie 6-pack, a cornucopia of delicious brews. And the one we've got now is from Alaskan Brewing Company. This is their Punkin Ale. And if you have been following Alaskan at all over the last couple of years, they've usually done a pumpkin porter. And this is new for this year. They've changed up the recipe, and they've gone with something like a brown ale from what we've kind of looked at, like that kind of style. Yeah. So again, available at Trader Joe's. This is where
that's where I got this. I mean, obviously, I'm sure it's available many other places as well.
No,
Alaskan,
they're the only ones Alaskan beer.
But
no, okay.
But yes, I picked this up there, and you said it's a brown ale. Is that what you said?
That was what when I went actually to Alaskan's website, which we'll have a link to it about beverages.com. They said that was what they were going for this year, was a brown.
Okay.
And of course, using all pumpkin, it's organic pumpkin as well that they used in there. So that is
they just realized, as far as pumpkin pie porters, they couldn't beat you and Jason. So
that's true.
Are you guys doing yours
the
this
one
year?
We couldn't replicate, actually. That's the one that hopefully we're going to work on and perfect again this year.
All right.
We had a huge success last year. We tried to do too much and change some things up, and it did not work out well.
Okay. So it's back to basics.
Back to basics.
Okay.
Back to basics this year. All so right. We're pretty excited. We were trying to decide what next to do, and that was finally the one.
But that's really
Hopefully
similar.
We gotta find pumpkins though. Like that's always the thing that slows us down. Do you?
Yeah. Do you need the pumpkin pie pumpkins?
Yeah.
Trader Joe's has them now. Yeah, we've got them already. The baking pumpkins. Yeah, sugar pie pumpkins.
I will let him know tomorrow first.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah, you guys should be able to find them over at the store by him or our store. We've got them.
At our neighborhood Trader Joe's?
Neighborhood Trader Joe's. There you go. Yeah, which is earlier. Everything pumpkin has hit earlier this year at the store.
Huh.
That's really very clear also.
This looks similar to the one that we just
Very similar, yeah. The brownish, orangish, bourbonish. Copper. There we go. Copperish. Yes.
Throwing Copper. It's our latest beer from Live.
Maybe a little bit of pumpkin in there. I get a little bit.
Little pumpkin, a little more mellow on the spice flavor. I'm getting a little less sweet.
But it's there. There's a brown.
Yeah, there's a brown
sugariness.
Yeah, the other one was more like baking or like white sugar as opposed to brown sugar.
Yeah.
Cane sugar. Less molasses.
Okay. Yeah, it's there. It's like it's just making the pumpkin pop a little bit. So I do get a little.
But I do get a little bit of pumpkin in there.
Yes.
Like that like some sort of squash.
You don't really see it, but the carbonation in there is tight.
It's tight.
It's focused, which gives you a little bit of a burn. Not a bad. It's not bad.
It's a sharp kind of saison soda kind of carbonation. It's those bubbles.
And it leaves a little bit.
It goes away very quick. It doesn't linger too long, but there's a little more carbonation there.
It makes the spices pop a little bit. It's not overwhelming. Yeah, which is good.
I get a nice balance of flavor in there overall. I get a little bit of the pumpkin in that one. Like I said, there's some sort of just. And I know people are probably laughing. All right, like I said, they're actually, when you have pumpkin beers that have real pumpkin in them, there is just a flavor. It's kind of hard of squash there's this little extra something.
There's a depth. There's a depth
beer,
there.
It's an extra depth. It's just kind of there.
It's not just a beer that you've spiced up.
Right, because we've had some of those when we first started doing these, and we just kind of took anything, and those are just terrible. It's just the spices. You can just tell they made a beer style, and they said, which of our beer styles can we put some spices with?
Right.
And they do that.
Let's flavor it pumpkinly.
That's right. And we're looking at you, Shock Top.
Oh, is that?
But yeah, no, I actually like this one. This one's got a little more depth. It doesn't have the sour that the previous one did.
Yeah, and it doesn't finish like a beer. It finishes like a pumpkin beer.
A little more blend of the two.
Yeah. It's not like the other one. Everything sort of went away, and you were left with beer.
Yeah.
This one, it just fades away altogether.
Yeah,
it's gone, and it's not heavy, so that's good. Once a good choice for beer number 2 of our pumpkin quest.
Yes, because we were about to get heavier. Slightly, and then we're going to get even a lot heavier later. Time for beer number 3. All right, beer number 3
has a cool orange cap.
And comes from a brewery that we love. We love this brewery.
We do.
Love this one quite a bit. And humorously, they have pumpkin in their name.
Yes.
And yet never had seemed to have done a pumpkin beer, which was a running joke for quite some time, that Jolly Pumpkin, who this beer is from, never had done a pumpkin beer. And for a long time, I remember you even mentioning that you associated them.
I know. I always thought of pumpkin.
Beers.
I always thought of pumpkin.
But not true.
Not true one at all.
But finally, they have decided to end that joke.
Okay.
And have made a pumpkin beer for the first time. And that is what we've got. This is the La Parcella. It is their Punkin Ale. It is from Jolly Pumpkin. It is 5.9% alcohol. So you said a little bit lower than the one we just had.
Yeah, well, it was 6 for the last one. So.
Aha!
Brewed with pumpkin, cacao, and spices, aged in oak. Okay.
We're stepping up the game on this one, I feel.
We are.
This one comes in at $10.99, so a little bit more pricey on this one, too.
Okay.
But in the benefit of science, for science, we will be trying this one. We try everything.
Blinded me with pumpkin.
Blinded you with pumpkin. Well, I wonder if this one will...
Well,
if it'll even open is actually the real question.
It's not ready. It will not open until it's time. Not ready. Oh, lol. Same color, but just
same color, but I'm already getting a different aroma.
But cloudy. cloudy in nature. Cloudy by nature.
That's funny. I could barely. Are you down with Jolly Pumpkin?
Yeah, you know me.
I could barely start to look up to see that it was cloudy before an aroma hit my nose as well. So Jolly Pumpkin has done some inception into this pumpkin beer.
They've sourized it.
They've soured it a little bit. Wow, that is some strong...
But I guess we shouldn't be surprised by that. That's what they do.
No, it's for some reason, though, I always think... And maybe it's because they're very subtle in their writings and stuff. Because, I mean, all their beers usually have a note of that in there. Yeah. But sometimes they don't really talk about it. So sometimes when I get ones from them, I think, oh, this one's not going to be that.
Yeah.
And either way, I'd be happy if it didn't. And I love it that it does. So it kind of doesn't matter either way because I love their beers. But
there's some lemony.
Yeah, that's super lemony.
Lemony sour there.
Wow. That's lemony snicket sour right there. This is a series of unfortunate events.
I don't get a lot of other... I guess there is a little... Well, no, it's lemon, but there's a little depth of something, but it doesn't...
There's a little lemon, very light spice, and more toward like cinnamon. Like I get a little bit of hint of sweet cinnamon on the back of that. But it is mostly some lemon. And not a lot else.
Yeah. This is my kind of pumpkin beer.
I was just going to say, this is probably going to be your favorite.
All right.
All right, I'll drink it. Well, let's see what we find in the taste.
All right. If you force me to drink pumpkin beers again, you better include this one. And every year you force me to. So,
oh my God.
That's a lemon sour with a little pumpkin.
Very little hint.
It's there though.
It is delicious.
So it qualifies.
It is really
I don't get the cacao part, but I just like to say cacao.
Yeah, I think you do.
Any Portlandia fans? Have you ever seen Portlandia?
Cacao, yeah.
Cacao.
It is very delicious. It is not at all what I was expecting. I thought they were going to end, but this, what else should I expect from Jolly Pumpkin, who always does something a little different? And I love them for it.
As I sit with it, after the lemon, because the lemon hangs for a while.
Oh, yeah.
It does leave like a little, when fireworks go off and there's that, it's kind of what it leaves, that little bit of spice in my mouth.
Yeah,
and
the back end of the palate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So it's there, and there's a little, it's like the it's like the pumpkin and the lemon were just mashed together, and the lemon won.
And the lemon was victorious.
But the pumpkin is there. Oh wow, that's
But it's
good.
not super tart.
No,
it's a really nice, pleasant. This is actually kind of a good summer beer. This would actually be a really good summer
transition. You
could summer harvest.
Okay,
maybe, I don't know.
Saison.
It's really good. This is going to be interesting, depending on what else we taste. If this can even kind of make it into the discussion, because it's a very light pumpkin flavor, but I really like it.
Yeah,
just this beer by itself, I really like it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
number 1 pumpkin ale.
We've gotten through 3. We've got one more for this episode. Moving on to beer number 4.
All right. Number 4 for today, and 4 out of 6 overall to be continued next week. Comes from one of my favorite San Diego breweries just in general, Ballast Point. It is their Pumpkin Down.
Yeah, with their classic humorous graphic involving a skeleton.
Eastbound and Pumpkin Down.
Yeah,
loaded up and
he was loading up and bagpiping. Apparently,
we're gonna do what they say can be done.
And why does he have bagpipes? What kind of beer is this?
It's a Scottish ale.
That's right.
It's a Scottish ale, yes.
That's so
well, they are good.
Look what they've done there. So we've got a Scottish pumpkin ale.
Yep.
I believe this one was right around $9 or $10 for the 6-pack. I did not buy a 6-pack. I just got the single.
Okay.
Because that would be a lot of pumpkin beer in the fridge for these podcasts. So
yeah.
You gotta whittle it down.
That's right.
Because I don't know what the favorite is yet.
That's right.
5.8% alcohol. So we're kind of staying in that lower range, sessionable to some.
Yeah,
sure.
But
yeah,
all depends upon your perspective.
Yeah, it really intrigued me quite a bit. Is when I was walking around looking for stuff and I saw Ballast Point, and I was like, Ballast Point's doing.
Because that's another one we didn't see last year.
Yeah, that's another one that I was like, all right, either they have done it previously and just hadn't made it to Arizona where we're at, or
that's possible,
or it's new. You never know. And if you ever are, I agree. If you ever are in San Diego, definitely take a trip to their brewery. Very cool. We went.
You've been to Ballast Point?
Yeah. Yeah, we went there with Jason and Heidi this
year
when we went to California. It was really cool.
I didn't know that.
Really nice. It's very stone-like with their bar area and their eatery area.
Cool.
Wonderful place to walk in. You can see all the brewing equipment and stuff in the background and stuff, and it's very nice. Like I said, they've got a neat store where you can buy things. Actually, there was a couple 6-packs that they had there that they don't have here, because I remember Heidi getting one of the sessions or something like that they don't have.
The even keel
here.
is delicious.
It wasn't the even keel.
That was in the because you brought that over for the birthday.
Yeah, I can't remember which one. I can't remember what one it was. I think it had a picture of like a some sort of eel looking fish on it.
Okay.
And it was
even eel.
The fish, maybe it was even eel. Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, we've changed in color. That's good. Finally.
Yes, we definitely have gotten darker. This is very Scotch ale color.
Into the brownish with a slight orange tinge to it there. Clear though.
Still very clear.
Good, decent carbonation.
You can see through it. Yeah.
Definitely get some of the malt in there. A little malt blending in with some spices.
Yeah. I definitely get
more.
There's
a little, you know what? I was going to say there's no peat, but there's a little bit. There's a little something at the end.
There's a little something savory at the end.
Yeah, that's a little
bit of sea spray.
Yeah, not quite. Yeah.
Very light on that. I definitely get more of the molasses, heavier, like what you get out of the pumpkin from Dogfish, which we always like that more heavier brown sugar kind of pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Sugar along with, the spices in there. But that smells really good. I like the aroma already. I can feel that we're building with each beer. It seems like
we are.
At some point we're going to hit one. They're like, wow, we put that one out of order. That was a really bad call.
But not yet. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Sweet. I mean, spicy and some sweet. Some brown sugar.
Yeah.
With some layers of spice on top of that.
I'm getting not quite the buttery, but I'm getting like crust. I'm getting like I just bit into the pie crust.
Mouth is watering a little bit.
And got some of the, like I said, some of the pumpkin in there too. There's definitely a crust component to there. Wow, that is really nice.
Yeah, a little bit of like you said, like a baked.
It is very much a baked pumpkin pie
crust
flavor. Yeah,
taste.
Because of the heavier malts, like you talked about, and the aroma, and like I said, the brown sugar kind of coming through, and the spices, a nice balance. That's really tasty.
Not quite getting the pumpkin though.
I'm getting a little bit of that in the body. It's kind of blended into the other things. But it's probably getting a little bit lost in the malts.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I think the body is nice, which I always, whether it's right or wrong, I give a little bit of that to the pumpkin. So,
yeah. You know what? If anything, I like it because it's I guess number 3 was a big change from number 1 and 2.
Yeah, true.
But this is getting now more back to what a pumpkin beer is, and that was a nice surprise.
Yes, very much so.
It is a little heavy, lingering flavor on my palate.
Yeah, I get kind of. You know what lingers for me is the baked. Like I really feels like the baked is in there, like a little bit of dry.
Yeah,
a little bit like you said, that heavier flavor. Like really, like I just had a piece of pumpkin pie.
Like back of the tongue and roof of my mouth wanting to come together like that, but not necessarily a bad thing.
I do have whipped cream in the fridge.
Put this in there.
I could go put some on. No. Wow. So for me, this is already a pretty good contender. I'm excited.
Okay.
Got 2 more to go. That's the end for this week. I know, you're also sad.
Yes.
I only got through 4. So we'll have 2 more next week, and then we will...
Hopefully we didn't squash all of your hopes and dreams.
Oh, look there. That's pretty good. I see what you did there. That's pretty good.
But we're planting a pumpkin seed for you for next week. Oh, sorry.
And if you want to hear more jokes just like that, head to aboutbeverages.com for more of that and all of our previous pumpkin beers, because even though we found 6 brand new ones this year, we have done a ton of these beers. That has kind of been something that I don't know why, but I've kept forcing us to do every year. So definitely go into the archives, look at what we've done. A lot of those beers are still around. And I feel those reviews are still good because either they were great then or they were terrible.
And unless they really mixed it up, and if they did, let us know that too.
Yeah.
Also, let us know what we're missing, because we know there's a lot of them out there we haven't tried.
What's your favorite and why?
Yeah, and why?
Does it actually have pumpkin in it? Or is it one you really like anyway, and they just do something that, they didn't need to have pumpkin and it worked out really well? We'd love to know that too. And we won't get to it probably for this year unless we do a quick addendum, but more than likely, we'll try and find it for next year.
Absolutely.
But until next week, whether you like it or not,
you should give it a shot.